So we did a thing. As you can see, the mini bike is kind of tore down a little bit. Took the fender off in the front and the fender off in the back. Took the gas tank off. Problem I was having with the Predator gas tank, well, there was actually two problems. One problem was it kept losing fuel pressure to the Japanese version of my Mikuni right there, and it would literally run out of gas. And I'd have to mess with the hose for a little while, jerk it around a little bit to get enough gas back in the tube. And even no matter how I tried to do it with centrifugal force, letting it run downhill, it wasn't doing it enough. It wasn't pulling it enough. So that was an issue. Well, a while back, I'd bought two of those gas tanks with the intent of doing what I'm actually doing right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going out to get my fitting. I have a gas fitting for this. I'm going to have a fuel shutoff line on this going to the Mikuni. Well, the Japanese version or the Chinese version of the Mikuni. I'm going to hook that up and I'm going to put my fenders on here. Pretty soon here I'm going to be ordering me some street tires. And I probably will take and clean up the forks, paint them. I'll probably do it by hand so I don't have to tear everything apart, spray paint it. But I will get to that and clean up this frame some. If I get it together and everything looks good, I like it, I'll probably tear it all down, paint everything, and put it all back together. But this is just one of the things going on today. I'm going out today later on to pick up another 5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton for one of my older mini bikes. So these are my fenders. Woo! It's a dark blue metal flake with like 3 coats of clear over top of it. That's my front and rear fenders. But the other day, Marketplace, Facebook, I got that. Another Baja. It's got the metal tank. The brakes actually work. Tires are okay. The frame's in good shape. It needs some work. So it's just one of my toys. This one right here, it was almost the same way. When I bought this mini bike, it ran good, but then it started acting up and I found out there was rust in the gas tank. I guess it's set for a while. You can almost tell it had set for a while. So I took that gas tank off and I took a Predator gas tank that I had on an old Predator motor, put on there. But I can't get to the gas cap when I got the fake gas tank on there. So I'm going to probably do the same thing. Who knows what I'm going to do with this. This is a good running bike. This bike right here, I got from my brother's daughter. I was going down a highway, and you know the cover flew off somewhere down the highway. It's the only thing that makes this bike not stock, and I'm looking for that cover. If you have one, wouldn't let it go cheap, let me know. Really like to get my hands on it. And as for this Doodle Bug I bought from a little kid, it's a really good frame. It's got disc brakes, good rims. The tires are, one of the rear tires a little dry rotted, and you know it needs a seat. So it just needs to be redone. So all in all, it goes along with my other mini bike, so I have 11 now. This one's on hold. And I collect old tillers, so you see old Briggs & horsepower back there. Oh, something I wanted to show you. You ever seen a 2 horsepower Briggs & Stratton? And it runs good. This is the all original 2 horsepower Briggs & Stratton side shaft. Firestone Supreme. Fired it up yesterday and was running. Dug a hole in the ground. You can see it right there. Runs really good. Never seen a 2 horsepower before. And I have an old Briggs over there. I have a few of them. Let's go show you what I got in here. It's got some stuff on it. A couple boards, cutting boards I made here. Old drop cloth. But this is a mini bike I picked up from a boy in West Virginia. There's a seat. It's got 2 sets of pegs on it, the front and rear. It had a 1965 Briggs & Stratton on it. I've got it over there. It does no spark. That'll be next on my agenda. But what I'm thinking about doing is throwing a new Predator on here because I want to get it running so I can find out what the transmission actually does. Make sure it works before I go too much further with this. I got it really cheap. This, I believe, is all original. And that's just one of the things that's going to be coming up here on this page. On this channel, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't a mess until I started working these mini bikes. That's a good running motor. That's an 8 horsepower Kohler Magnum. And that's the 1965 Briggs & Stratton motor that was that came with that mini bike over there, the orange one. I got a 1951 Sea King motor because I was trying to get it running to go with my 1952 Sea King boat, and I have that down there. That's new. Just wanted to let you guys know that's what's going on here. Total Mayhem Minis. Like, subscribe, share. As I go along, I'll learn how to video better, and I'll be showing you some really cool projects because I've got a bunch. Y'all have a wonderful 4th of July weekend.